G'day YouTube. This is going to be a review of the 20-inch epic figure by NECA and Real Toys. Now the reason I'm doing this review is because when I was looking to buy this product, this toy, I couldn't find any decent videos on YouTube which, basically showed the figure. So I thought, now that I've got it, I'll show people the figure. The actual figure is, as you can see, is Legolas from The Lord of the Rings, and it was produced in 2004. Now you can see from Legolas's clothes, and I'll zoom in and do a close-up shortly, but you can see from his clothes it's from the first Lord of the Rings movie, The Fellowship of the Ring. I'm pretty sure in the Two Towers he had some armor and other gear, but this one is from The Fellowship of the Ring, just after they've met Galadriel and received their elven cloaks. So it's quite a detailed figure, and the biggest thing which is unique about it is just its sheer size. So what I'm going to do is just do a few comparisons so you can see what I'm talking about. What I've got here is a Hobbit figure, which is a 6-inch Hobbit figure, and you can just see the massive scale difference there. And just to really accentuate how big this Legolas is, I also have a Gandalf Lego minifigure. Just zoom in on that, and you can just see that he is absolutely dwarfed by the size of this Legolas. This is a massive toy, and when I bought this, I really didn't come to terms with the size of it until the box arrived, and I realized how big this toy actually is. So this is a close-up of the box. There's not much to it, it just says Lord of the Rings Legolas. Shows some of the details that come with the figure. It also shows who else is available. You can actually buy this epic scale in Aragorn as well as Gandalf. So this is Legolas. I'll go slowly through some of his details. Just give you a complete look there. Now what they've done a fantastic sculpting job on this figure, and the paintwork is really good as well. Just go 360 so you can see the whole figure. Now the face sculpt for Orlando Bloom, who plays Legolas, is quite good. It's not perfect, but it's good. You get the idea that it's Legolas quite easily. If I just come around to the back now. Now I'll just come down the back for you, just to show you some of the other detailings. Now you can see there he's got 2 knives and a quiver, and the quiver actually has some really nice detailing on it, which looks like a peacock. If I come down a bit further, there you go, that just basically just shows his elven cape that he was given. Now I'll show you some of the weapons. He comes with 5 arrows, and they're quite long arrows, and they have quite a lot of good detail on them, both at the tip and on the tail as well. Now this actual quiver and hunting bow piece actually comes off from Legolas. It's attached with some rubber on the inside. Now he also has 2 of these hunting knives, which are again quite nicely detailed. Another thing which you can do is actually pull his whole cape off, or his whole cloak off, I suppose you'd call it. But what we've got in there, I just want to show you another look at the bow. There's also some very intricate detail on the bow. Now, hopefully that's focused correctly for you. Now he's got a lot of other detail which is sculpted into his into his body, into his shoes. You can see if I just move him around, there's a lot of elven detailing all around his arms and legs on his clothing. So basically, you can see the way I've got him set up. He even though he's called an action figure, I would classify him more as a posable, just as a posable statue is more what he's like, because he doesn't really have many poses. There's not really much you can do with him. In terms of articulation, if I just release this arrow for a moment, his arm swivels at the elbow and also up here at the body, but unfortunately it really only goes like that, which is very unnatural looking. It really only has one pose, which is there. Same with this arm. This arm can be moved down, and it can be moved up. Up doesn't look so bad, but down looks very unnatural. But you can move this arm around 360, or 180 I suppose, which is good. So you can pose the bow in different directions. His head also moves, not quite 360, but it moves enough to give him a clear line of sight, almost a natural movement into his head. Now I won't show you the leg movement. You can see there his legs basically only have one pose. There's some very minor movement you can do to help stabilize the figure, but without this actual plastic stabilizing plate, he can't stand on his own. But I mean, given the limited amount of articulation he has, that's why I classify him more as a statue and a display piece more than an action figure, because you can't pose him in that many different poses. But basically, just to show you the one, it's not really a feature I suppose, but at the back of the arrows, it's a bit hard to see, but you can actually attach the string of the bow through that little piece there, just there, which I'll do now. And his hand is designed to hold it, 3 fingers hold the actual string, and that just sits nicely there. It doesn't come out very easily, which is nice. And you can adjust his hand so you can have the arrow up or down, as you can see, depending on how you. It's very limited, but it gives you a little bit of change to how you display him. There's only one other final feature which I can show you, which is he has some voice, some key phrases from the movie. If I turn him around, you can see there's a little hole here on the back of the figure. If I just move the cape out of the way, it's a bit hard to see, but there's a little switch in here. If I turn that on, you'll hear what he says.
You have my bow. There is a firm voice from the air. Something draws near. You have my bow.
So as you can see, he has a couple of different phrases, not many. It's more of a gimmick. I don't really know why they included it. But anyway, I suppose it's there if you really want it. But there you go, that's the Legolas figure. I actually really like this figure. It's quite an impressive looking piece. If you have it on display, it's so big, it just looks good. Well, I hope you enjoy this review. If you have any questions, just drop a comment and I'll try and reply if you have any questions. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much. Bye for now.